If you think there's nothing to do in Newcastle and Lawrence County, then think again. Always stay connected to NCTV45 to receive the information on events going on in and around the area on a daily basis. Programs to view are Newswatch, The Morning Show, and Community Happenings. NCTV45 takes pride in bringing you the event and organization info that you want. NCTV45 is the #1 media source locally. NCTV45, anytime on your time. If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Elham's for one great dining experience. Peppers, mouth-watering fruit, fine dressings, apples, meats. This place looks so familiar. Getting your lunch meat, cut to order. That's the Joseph's difference. They make every opportunity to please their customers. Joseph's. They're not the big box store giving you it the way the store wants it. It's the way you want it. Stop by Joseph's and take a look. Yes, it's Joseph's.
Nctv45, strong enough for Lawrence County.
Well, good morning and a very happy Friday to you, November 4th, as, wow, we're entering playoff football November. It is the first Friday in November, and glad to have you along. Now, currently, as you take a gander outside, you are looking at 51 degrees, warmer than days before. So that's a plus. We'll give you more in Lawrence County 45 weather as we roll along. But first, we have to roll past the birthdays. And here you go. Bill Donaldson, Debbie Belisco Lascola, Robin Dean, Richard Conti, Ryan Viola, Jody Hoover, Dan Van Fossen. Happy birthday. Get that second piece of birthday cake and celebrate all week long. You know, we had talked about this, just prior to the end of the month. And what it was the United Way. Oh, that's not it. But the United Way campaign kicked off back in September. And one of the popular events is Taste of the Town. It's become a premier event in Lawrence County. The Lawrence County community had a chance to sample hometown cuisine from 14 of their own local restaurants. Right over here at the New Englander on the 24th from 5 to 7:30. The event was chaired by Joanne Preston of Preston Auto Group, and the event was exclusively sponsored by Preston Auto Group. Restaurants participating in the Taste of the Town, Crane Room, go figure, El Canella, Mary's, Medore's, Pizza Joe's, Riardo's, Smokin' Dave's Barbecue, Neshannock Creek Brewing Company, Vinte Say, the Cornerstone Restaurant, Coco's Italian Latin Cuisine, Mona's Chocolates, Subway Restaurant, Giant Eagle donated cakes and desserts. And it was just a great group. Executive Director Gail Young, she's Executive Director of the United Way. She announced the participation of Preston Auto Group has been committed to supporting Taste of the Town since its inception. The proceeds benefit the United Way. There were 422 in attendance, and people were excited about giving back to the community. Events, stated Gal Young. The local school district's students served as volunteers, Newcastle, Neshannock, Shenango, along with Pittsburgh Technical Institute. So hats off with that one. That was just a great time, and I can't say enough about all the good things that come out of that. Now, with that, there are so many great things going on, and here's one of them. And I told you I bought the magnets the other day. This is, and I got them right here. This one looks just like that. You know, here's the Mona Lisa one. And I didn't even really pay attention, but I grabbed everything they had in those pictures. It's the Mini Masterpiece series. You know, time to get outside of your comfort zone and like head into doing something like that. It is really phenomenal. It's great, and you should give it a try. It's a 3x3, and if you win, they give you a refrigerator. They have the refrigerator magnets. It is just great. So go to their website. We've been telling you about it for a while. Go to their website and check that out. It is phenomenal. Now, with all of that being said, you know, it's November, and in a week, well, first of all, it's November Military Families Month. So that came from Forward Lawrence, and you should know about it. But what I was kind of going for here was the fact that it's the Veterans Parade. And that coming up really, really quickly in a week. So kind of keep an ear to the ground with that. Nctv45 will be there. We can't wait for the Veterans Parade. It's always one of those things that you have that, and then the week after you have the Christmas parade, and boom, you're going right into holiday season. Speaking of the holiday season, the Rotary has their calendars for sale. See a Rotarian for a great Rotary calendar. Now, events, and there are quite a few going on, and you know, last night, Kohler Brew Pub, and also down at the Confluence, they had those things going on, and very, very great event. So music, start your weekend early. I always talk about that. Well, here you go. I'm going to mention this as a comparison. Grow your business with Google and LinkedIn. Brittany Horton will be at Coach's Burger Bar. I don't know if you've ever been to Coach's. It is phenomenal. So, Coach's, I love their burgers. Today, down in Elwood City, the Donnie Elroy Band. They're at the Kohler Brew Pub. Say that real fast. At 8 o'clock. Don't forget my good friends at Immaculate Heart of Mary up in Austintown. Today at 6, they're doing Night at the Races. And, we told you about this. Maybe some of you want to check it out. First Friday at Holy Spirit Parish today. That'll be at St. Mary's. And that'll be at 5 o'clock. So just a great number of things going on. First Presbyterian Church of Sharon today at 11 is having their holiday sale. My friends in Elwood, they sent this up. Luvente event at Blockers Jewelers. And, of course, we told you about the things going on in Boardman, Ohio. So, all great stuff. And here's some more great stuff. We're going to head over to sports. And last night, son of a God, I didn't want to see it happen. Houston outlasted the Phils 3-2 in Game 5. Now it's going to go back to Houston. You got to watch them Astros. So that's one. Over in college football, it was like this. That was scary, but 2 games. Rice and UTEP. Rice wins. Coastal Carolina taking on Appalachian State. And Coastal Carolina won. So let's go to the Cedar Sports Corner. Good morning. You're watching NCTV45.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Hello and welcome to Lindy's Lunch. Yes, whether it's their great breakfast or, just like it says, lunch, it's great anytime. Try their breakfast and you'll be satisfied. A pierogi cheeseburger, an Italian Joe, and smothered hoagies, all. And don't forget the French fries with chili. Yes, it's Lindy's Lunch. For the best, stop by. Give us a call. Rally, sons of Notre Dame, sing the glory and salvation. Hello and welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner Report. Let's get to college football. Lots of, not a lot, but a lot of football on your Friday. UMass at UConn, 7 o'clock, CBS Sports Network. Duke taking on Boston College, 7 o'clock, ESPN 2. And at 10:30, ESPN2, Oregon State taking on Washington. I want to take this opportunity to say good luck to the Mohawk Warriors, Union Scotties, Laurel Spartans, and the Neshannock Lancers. Let's go. Great season as they enter the WPIAL playoffs. Now, dribbling over to basketball, your Saturday or your Friday matchups. Let's get to Friday first. Look like this. The Bulls at Boston, 7:30 ESPN. And then Milwaukee at Minnesota, 10 o'clock ESPN. Here's the rest of the slate. Cleveland at Detroit, 7 o'clock. Miami at Indiana, 7 o'clock. The New York Knicks at Philadelphia, 7 o'clock. Brooklyn at Washington, 7 o'clock. Charlotte at Memphis, 8 o'clock. Clippers at San Antonio, 8 o'clock. Toronto at Dallas, 8:30. Golden State at New Orleans, 8:30. Portland at Phoenix, 10 o'clock. Your nightcap, Utah at the LA Lakers, that at 10:30. So as we head over to the NHL, 2 games on tap. NHL Network, 2 o'clock, has Columbus at Colorado. And then Buffalo at Carolina, 7 o'clock. That on the Plus and Hulu. So head over to Cedars, get some great food, and by all means, enjoy the games. We're going to take this time out. And we'll be back. Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
Los Amigos! Ladies and gentlemen, if you need a good bite to eat, make sure to check out Los Amigos. They got you covered with things such as tacos, burritos, molcajete, and don't forget the great chips and salsa they put out for you when you get there. Make sure to check out Los Amigos on West State Street, Newcastle, PA, 16101. It's Los Amigos. Los Amigos! Los Amigos! Los Amigos!
Good morning and welcome back as we start our second segment here at NCTV45. You know, the morning goes by so quickly as we give you all of what's breaking and some of the news. You know, in days prior, well, let me tell you about this. We're going to get to more on Lawrence County 45 weather. However, Easy Clean Car and Van Wash. Look at that. Buy 5, get 2 free. As you head into, that's a great gift. Think about that. That is something you maybe can bring to a party or you do a gift exchange. 5, get 2 free. I want to remind you about that because it is really, really phenomenal. You know, as I was going to say, and I lost my thought, we told you earlier in the week about being an informed voter. This is an NCTV45. Make sure you're informed about what's going on. Well, I want to encourage you, and we will run it again for you this weekend. talking about the races. You should know the candidates. You should know who's running against who. And you should not just perhaps vote, because that's the way you always did it. And get informed. Lot at stake as we head into Tuesday's election. Now, our friends up in Greenville remind you of their annual dinner celebration. This is at Thiel College. They're recognizing the Business of the Year, Business Person of the Year, and also Nonprofit Organization of the Year. Make sure you check that out. Remember the United Way, their blanket drive in full swing. So drop off. You could drop them off at the Y zone. I figure everybody knows where that is. The Christmas parade is getting ready to be on the march. And you got the Veterans Day parade next Friday, and then next Saturday, and then the Saturday after, Christmas parade. So, and I told you yesterday, Cedar's going to be downtown at Cervex. So, Cervnex. The old Penn Power building, as that was fumbled and bumbled and everything else. So, some things to look forward to as you move through this weekend. I want to take a quick gander at some state news. And, you're going to have to watch. They have one-stop voter information. But this Secretary of State has been having her problems in Pennsylvania, and with ballots that were unverified, with Supreme Court rulings that weren't right. Let's take a look at that as that came out yesterday, and let's talk about it.
Could you tell us a little bit about the actions that went on today?
Yeah, Angelo, I think it's really been interesting because 2 years ago we had something that came into our voting process called the no excuse mail-in ballot, and the questions back then were, how do you know these are valid? How can you? What's the oversight? What is it that we can be sure of? Well, because there was so much question about it, and it has to do with dates and signatures and matching up, the Supreme Court, Pennsylvania Supreme Court today, came out with a ruling that says if they don't match, they cannot be counted. Now, people are saying, no, but that's not what's taking place. The Supreme Court today, the lawyer that I talked to, Tom King, who handled the case, said this is the decision of the Supreme Court, which surprised a lot of people because the majority is Democrats on that court. The final decision that was passed came from a Democrat judge. So it gives me great hope because we know the immensity of this mail-in ballot, and there's no credibility. How do you check that? What's the oversight? And the answer is, well, there's really none. But I got to tell you, tonight, you and I are here with a bunch of friends that are going to be poll watchers. They're going to be making sure that your ballot, if you mailed it in, is a valid ballot. And let's also make sure that at the end of this election, there's not going to be anybody saying, I'll never vote again because this isn't right, what's going on. So I have to tell you, it's a big victory for America. It's a big victory for Pennsylvania. It's not so much as a big victory for Republicans, but it's a big victory for a representative republic. People get confused sometimes. They say we're a democracy. I say no, we're a representative republic where every single vote counts, whether you're the majority or the minority. You're all taken under the same tent. So listen, God bless everybody. Listen, next week we've got to get out to vote. We've got to get out to vote. So, God bless you. Make sure you stay true to who you know we are and the 1.5 million men and women in uniform who gave their lives to protect this process. So, Ange, thanks so much. Always good to see you, brother.
Good to see you.
Yeah, let's
Thanks again, Mike. Thanks. Thanks for watching NCTV45.
Now, that was part of the issues that they were having at Tom Wolf's State Department. Remember, he appointed this lady to be Secretary of State, and you do that, and what happens with that process, okay, is the Secretary of State, one of her jobs is being in charge of elections. So, poll watchers, those certificates distributed everywhere else except Lawrence County. Don't have a good reason why, as we were informed the other night. So be on your toes, be on your guard. Very important election coming up. The Wolf administration, they put out tools for online to help student drivers learn to drive safely. That's been out for a while. I don't know why they reintroduced it. They must have had nothing to say. The Department of Human Services receives federal approval for Medicaid extension of postpartum recovery period. That's just making that bigger. The Wolf administration touts decriminalization. Now listen to this. I had to stop. The Wolf administration touts decriminalization of fentanyl test strips, further commits to the fight of overdose deaths. We aired, and I was looking at that, my good friend Dan Bailey, we aired about fentanyl. Angelo Perrotta just gave a talk. In a second, it all changes. That's why you got to be an informed voter. And let's make no bones about it. Fetterman wants to legalize marijuana. Is that what you want? Is that your values? I don't care who sends you a birthday card. By all means, make sure you're an informed voter. So that takes us to weather, because that state news, when it comes out of there, it is really, really kind of crazy. So important that you really get informed. Temperature 51 degrees, humidity 89%, wind speeds are calm, barometric pressure 30.22, dew point 48, visibility 10 miles. Let's go to Lawrence County 45 weather. We'll be right back. Big Daddy 316 Transport. For a ride to work, that's fine. Groceries and essentials, pickups, we do them. We all benefit. Seniors, city, state, stores, employers, and yes, employees. Why get there tired when you can get there alive and energized? Yes, no tricky traffic patterns. We can haul up to 5 passengers, 24-hour notice required, $5 per stop. Call Big Daddy 316 Transport today.
Since you were going for gas, you might as well fill up your tank too. Delicious food available at Morgan's. And that's just 2 exciting combos that they have. Morgan's, right across the line.
When your PC looks like this, don't make last key, make it Pulaski. Pulaski PC. Because you deserve more than just great pizza. You deserve great subs, whether it's Italian, steak, meatball, or the many varieties that they have that will tempt your palate. You deserve more wings, as they have great flavors, more salads, and for dessert, more Cita Sticks. It's 4-star pizza. We deliver too.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal.
The Crane Room is a restaurant. The Crane Room is a bar. The Crane Room is a banquet facility. The restaurant will please you time after time with their diverse menu. Ask about their daily specials. See the menu at craneroom.com. The bar gives you an abundance of choices with 35 beers on tap and always changing. Their banquet services are always to perfection. The Crane Room, located at 3009 Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. Call 724-656-1553.
Hello and welcome to Lawrence County 45 weather. Well, it took a while, but it cleared out, and you got an overnight low of 48. How's your Friday looking? Well, the good news here, local radar is clear. The national scene, pretty clear. You're seeing disturbances around the Great Lakes and kind of parallel to Michigan. But Ohio, okay, Indiana, Illinois, and then you got rain in Texas and rain right above that in Iowa, maybe the northwestern edge of Missouri. Now, it'll affect us, but not right away. So here you go with your forecast. And you got some sun going to happen, but don't get carried away. Friday, sunshine at 72. Heading out to high school football games, light jacket if you would. Mostly cloudy, 56. Winds will be from the south, 5 to 7 miles an hour. Now that's a telling sign, because if you remember what I said about Texas, Saturday, cloud cover, 76. Saturday night, showers build in. Remember, we got that southerly flow, 80% chance of rain, and we get overnight low Saturday, 56. Your Sunday, going to wake up to rain, especially if you get up before 9 a.m. And then it will gradually clear out. You'll get sunshine. You'll get to 71. The chance of rain in the morning is 30%. Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low of 48. Bob Shin to Monday. Sunshine and 69 as the front goes through. Temperatures fall. Monday night, mostly clear, 43. Tuesday, sun. That's a way to mix it up. Tuesday, sun and 65. Now, Tuesday night, mostly clear, low of 43. Notice how that temperature is dropping a little bit down at night and during the day, because you have sunshine on Wednesday with a high of 62. Now, all in all, not a bad November forecast, but nevertheless, a November forecast. Now, with that, we're going to take this break and hear from these great sponsors who would like to hear from you. Hello, I'm Kay, and K is for Kimmel's. If you're in need of great baked goods, perhaps donuts of every kind, or maybe a lady lock is your desire, turnovers, and don't forget, they have cakes of every size, quarter sheet cake or a round one for that special birthday. And never forget to pick up a loaf of bread. It's Kimmel's, home of the delicious, super mouth-watering strudels. Call Kimmel's for the best baked goods.
Hi, pizza friends. You can still find delicious Augustine's Pizza at your local supermarket. The folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Today's programming is brought to you by Nctv45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
There's more than meets the eye. Gotta give them Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
Well, welcome back. That's going to do for this edition of Newswatch on this Friday. Yes, the 4th of November, first Friday. Make sure you get out and do something positive today. Make sure you tell a friend and have a friend tell a friend about Nctv45. They'll be glad you did. And when they say, oh, geez, I don't watch a lot of TV, you tell them this.
Nctv45, the train, anytime on your time.
That's Nctv45, the train. We're available anytime on your time. A train that runs on your schedule. Why, that's Nctv45. Now, as you go through your day, make sure you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. And remember, don't give up the ship. Something positive is going to happen today. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again real soon. Thanks for watching.